The autumn breeze swept through the bustling courtyard of the Hengdian World Studios, carrying with it the quiet exhaustion of a long day of filming. The cameras had finally stopped rolling, and the director's loud, echoing cut signaled the end of a particularly emotional sequence between the two lead actors, Linghe and Tian Xiwei. For hours, they had lived inside the skin of their characters, navigating the complex web of longing and heartbreak demanded by the script. But as the crew began to shuffle about, packing away reflectors and resetting equipment, a subtle shift occurred in the space between the two stars, a transition from the scripted fiction of their dramatic world back to the reality of their shared exhaustion. Linghe stood tall under the warm glow of the overhead production lights, his elaborate period costume weighing heavily on his shoulders. Opposite him, Tian Xiwei caught her breath, wiping a stray strand of hair from her forehead with a soft, genuine smile breaking through her focused expression. They had shared countless scenes together over the past few months, weathering grueling hours and unpredictable weather side by side. Yet, despite the director's command echoing through the set, something unexpected happened in the microseconds following the final take, a quiet defiance of the routine pause that usually separated actors when the cameras ceased to record their every move. In that fleeting moment, the physical boundary established by the scene didn't immediately dissolve. Linghe's hand, which had firmly grasped Tian Xiwei's wrist during the dramatic climax of their final dialogue exchange, did not instinctively pull away as professional etiquette might dictate. Instead, his fingers lingered against her skin, maintaining a gentle, secure hold that spoke volumes without uttering a single syllable. It was a micro-expression of lingering immersion, or perhaps simply a comforting anchor in the chaotic environment of a busy film set where the line between character and reality often blurred. Tian Xiwei did not flinch or pull back from the touch. Instead, she glanced down briefly at where his hand rested against her arm, a soft flicker of surprise dancing in her expressive eyes before smoothing into an expression of warm acceptance. The surrounding crew members were too busy wrapping up cables and dismantling props to notice the subtle pause, leaving the two actors suspended in a private bubble of quiet camaraderie. For a brief second, the weight of the historical drama faded into the background, replaced by an authentic, unscripted human connection that resonated deeply with the quiet atmosphere of the late evening set. The sheer unpredictability of such moments is precisely what draws fans into the intricate world of behind-the-scenes chemistry. While audiences are accustomed to watching polished performances broadcasted on glowing screens, the genuine unscripted interactions that occur when the directors look away offer a rare glimpse into the authentic dynamics of the cast. Linghe and Tian Xiwei had spent weeks building a rapport based on mutual respect, shared inside jokes, and the silent understanding of what it takes to carry a major production on their shoulders. That lingering grip was not merely an oversight of muscle memory, it was an accidental confession of comfort and trust built over long, grueling days of creative collaboration. As the seconds ticked by, the reality of the surrounding environment slowly caught up to them. A stray production assistant walked past, calling out about the schedule for the next morning's early call time, puncturing the quiet spell that had temporarily held them captive. Linghe finally loosened his grip, his fingers slowly sliding away from Tian Xiwei's arm with a gentle reluctance that seemed almost palpable. He offered her a reassuring, lopsided smile, the kind that often melted the hearts of fans tuning into behind-the-scenes specials, and gave her a light, affirming nod before turning toward his waiting manager. Tian Xiwei watched him turn away for a brief moment, adjusting her voluminous silk sleeves with a thoughtful expression before offering a bright, beaming grin in return. The effortless transition from intense dramatic immersion back to their playful off-screen dynamic highlighted the unique bond they shared. They were partners in crime on the soundstage, navigating the immense pressures of public scrutiny, demanding schedules, and the relentless glare of the media spotlight together. That fleeting moment when he refused to let go immediately after the director's cut became a quiet testament to the invisible threads of friendship and unspoken fondness connecting them behind the scenes. Stories from the set often take on a life of their own once they escape the confines of the production studio and land in the digital realm. Fans armed with smartphones, telephoto lenses, and eagle-eyed observation skills are remarkably adept at catching the tiniest anomalies in actor behavior. It didn't take long for a vigilant fan standing near the perimeter of the restricted zone to notice the delayed reaction. What seemed like an insignificant, microscopic pause in a 12-hour workday suddenly transformed into digital gold, capturing the collective imagination of a fandom always hungry for authentic interactions between their favorite on-screen pairings. The captured footage, grainy and shot from a distance, began its journey across social media platforms within hours of wrap time. At first, it was just a few shares among dedicated fan accounts, accompanied by captions expressing mild curiosity and affectionate commentary. But as algorithms worked their magic, the short video clip gained unprecedented momentum, accumulating thousands of views, reposts, and impassioned discussions within a single evening. The internet, notoriously fond of romanticizing every subtle glance and accidental touch between popular celebrities, latched onto Zhang Linghe's lingering grip as undeniable proof of a special dynamic existing far beyond the script's boundaries. Comment sections transformed into virtual fan forums filled with frame-by-frame analysis of the actor's hand placement, the subtle shift in Tian Xiwei's posture, and the gentle warmth radiating from their relaxed expressions. Some users pointed out how Zhang Linghe's protective stance mirrored his character's devotion, while others simply marveled at how comfortable they looked in each other's immediate physical space. The phrase, "didn't let go," quickly became a trending topic, sparking a wave of fan art, short fiction, and nostalgic compilation videos celebrating the undeniable chemistry between the two rising stars of the contemporary entertainment industry. For industry observers, such viral moments are fascinating studies in modern celebrity culture and audience psychology. Fans do not just consume television dramas passively, they actively participate in constructing the narrative surrounding the actors who bring their favorite characters to life. When an unscripted, genuine interaction occurs naturally on set, it satisfies the audience's deep desire for authenticity in an industry often perceived as intensely manufactured and heavily rehearsed. Zhang Ling and Tian Xiwei's accidental display of unspoken camaraderie provided the perfect raw material for fans to weave a compelling narrative of genuine affection and mutual reliance. Behind the glittering facade of red carpet events, glossy magazine spreads, and meticulously planned promotional interviews lies the gritty, unglamorous reality of television production. Long hours spent under blistering summer heat or shivering in freezing winter night shoots forge a unique kind of resilience among cast members. In this demanding environment, finding someone who shares your work ethic and matches your energy is a rare gift. Zhang Ling and Tian Xiwei had clearly found that kind of reliable synergy in one another, turning what could have been a purely professional working relationship into a warm, supportive partnership that anchored them both through the turbulence of filming. The psychological weight of stepping in and out of character multiple times a day is rarely discussed by casual viewers, yet it takes a significant toll on actors' emotional boundaries. When an actor portrays deep emotional attachment, vulnerability, or passion for months on end, the psychological boundary separating the performer from the persona often blurs temporarily. Zhang Linghe's instinct to hold on to Tian Xiwei for just a moment longer after the director called cut could very well have been a subconscious reflection of that emotional immersion, a physical manifestation of a mind that hadn't quite caught up to the sudden cessation of the dramatic narrative. Conversely, Tian Xiwei's calm and receptive reaction demonstrated a profound level of mutual trust. In the high-stakes environment of a professional film set, personal boundaries are fiercely guarded, and accidental physical contact can sometimes lead to awkward apologies. Her quiet acceptance of his lingering touch indicated a deep-seated comfort level that goes far beyond basic professional courtesy. They understood each other's rhythms, respected each other's spaces, and shared a tacit understanding that allowed for these small, unscripted moments of human warmth to flourish without self-consciousness or hesitation. As the viral video continued to circulate across major digital platforms, the media outlets began picking up on the trending topic, writing articles analyzing the sweet moment, and feeding the public's insatiable appetite for behind-the-scenes gossip. Entertainment journalists dissected every second of the leaked clip, comparing it to previous promotional appearances where the duo exhibited effortless banter and playful teasing. The consensus among commentators was clear: whether viewed through the lens of romance or deep platonic friendship, the undeniable chemistry between Zhang Ling and Tian Xiwei was a major driving force behind the immense anticipation surrounding their drama's eventual premiere. The power of such a minor incident lies in its ability to humanize megastars who are often pedestaled far above ordinary life. To millions of fans scattered across the globe, Zhang Ling and Tian Xiwei represent ideals of elegance, talent, and youthful charm. Yet, seeing them caught in a quiet, unguarded moment of physical hesitation reminds everyone that beneath the gorgeous costumes and makeup, they are simply two young individuals navigating the pressures of their craft together. That simple reluctance to let go immediately after a hard day's work stripped away the armor of celebrity, revealing a genuine, relatable warmth that resonated deeply with anyone who has ever found comfort in another person's presence. In the days that followed the incident on set, the atmosphere among the cast and crew subtly shifted, though the rigorous demands of production left little time for dwelling on internet virality. Zhang Ling and Tian Xiwei continued to deliver stellar performances, maintaining their professionalism while effortlessly channeling the intense emotional currents required by their roles. If either of them was aware of the digital storm brewing online because of a few seconds of caught-on-camera hesitation, they gave no outward indication, remaining entirely focused on bringing their characters to life with the dedication their fans had come to expect. The director of the series, known for having a sharp eye for detail both on and off the monitor, reportedly chuckled when shown the viral clip by a staff member during a lunch break. Rather than issuing warnings about maintaining strict professional detachment, the veteran filmmaker recognized that such genuine rapport between leads is an invaluable asset that cannot be manufactured by scriptwriters or forced by directorial instruction. Chemistry is either organically present or it is absent. When it manifests as a quiet, lingering touch in an empty courtyard, it breathes an invisible life into the fictional world being constructed for the screen. For Tian Xiwei, whose career trajectory had been marked by a succession of vibrant, charismatic performances, working alongside an actor of Zhang Linghe's caliber provided a unique opportunity to test her dramatic range. Her ability to anchor emotional scenes with subtlety and grace complemented his commanding physical presence and intense emotional depth. The off-screen moments of comfort and unspoken support served as the invisible glue holding their dynamic together, ensuring that even when the cameras stopped rolling, the foundation of trust remained entirely intact beneath their professional collaboration. Zhang Ling, meanwhile, continued to cement his reputation not only as a talented leading man but also as a remarkably considerate and gentlemanly colleague on set. Stories from various production crews frequently praised his work ethic and his attentiveness to his co-stars' well-being during difficult physical sequences. The moment he didn't immediately let go of Tian Xiwei fit seamlessly into this broader narrative of a considerate actor who naturally extends care and grounding energy to those sharing the frame with him. It was an authentic reflection of his character, shining through the cracks of a demanding, high-pressure filming schedule. As the production finally wrapped its final weeks of principal photography, the inevitable bittersweet feeling of parting ways began to settle over the entire cast and crew. Farewell banquets were organized, wrap gifts were exchanged, and final group photographs were snapped against the familiar backdrop of the studio gates. In those final moments, the realization that their daily routine of shared scripts, late-night rehearsals, and stolen quiet conversations was